Thank you very much, and to all my distinguished colleagues in the panel here, and some remarkable people who are sitting in the audience. I have no words, frankly. I stand here in solidarity with the people of Palestine. But saying that we stand with the people of Palestine is indeed saying that we stand for humanity, essential humanity. And why this has happened, how this has happened, is something that we can read tomes on. But the fact remains that we have become accustomed in our lifetime. We've become accustomed to just expecting things to sort themselves out. As everybody has said, the Secretary General himself said that all this didn't happen in one particular moment and on one particular day. The torture, the agony, the pain had been going on for a huge number of months and days and years. And then it finally imploded or exploded, a decision that must have not come easy. But the fact remains that this is a reminder. This is a reminder that what's happening with the people of Palestine is not for them alone. It is for all of us. Ask not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee, as Hemingway had said. And I think that's the lesson to be taken away. As we grieve, as we feel this tragedy, as we feel the pain of all Palestinian children and women and people, we also know that this is a fate that may well await somebody else. It is not that this happens to someone else far away to be seen only on television screens and in newspaper reports, but it could be here amongst us tomorrow. It could be anywhere else in the world. And how do we stop it? We must stop it when it is still in a bud, unwholesome, toxic bud that will flower, that will not bloom, but that will flower to impose this tragedy on someone else, somewhere else. This is a great sacrifice I believe the Palestinian people have made for civilization, for humanity, for the children of tomorrow. It's a huge sacrifice. And if we stand here to say that we stand in support of Palestine, we are actually standing in support of ourselves for essential humanity. May I just say that our resolution, our determination, we don't know how far it will take us and how far it will go. But indeed, it is that our government, as a democratic government, has to respond. Our government has to respond, but so has to be the response of those that we have assumed for long are tied to the cause of Palestine. Today, someone unties himself or herself because there is something at the end of the road, a gold mine at the end of the road, a weapon at the end of the road, commerce at the end of the road, is today betraying humanity. And therefore, we stand here, and I represent my party. I've been asked by my Congress president especially to be here to say that we are here in solidarity. But this solidarity is something that will be meaningless unless we find ways and means of reversing the process in the world where human tragedy matters not. There was a time when war happened, and all war is bad. All war is bad, and we know the war in Vietnam, the war in Central Asia, the war in Europe, etc. We all know the wars in Africa. We all know how bad those wars are and how much pain they inflict. We know that. But we were supposed to have learned the lessons from the First World War. We are supposed to have learned lessons from the Second World War. Today it is writ large that we learned no lessons, that we moved not an inch forward towards securing humanity, that the United Nations looks upon helplessly as people are slaughtered, as genocide happens and it takes place. So please, I beg all of you, and I think there is enough already of a sense that we need to come together. We were not together in the world. We were not together here at home in India, and therefore we were inflicted consequences that are unimaginable. Today those consequences unfold in front of us in Palestine. They unfolded in front of us in many other places. But certainly it is almost like a laboratory of hate and laboratory of violence and a laboratory of genocide that we see in Palestine. Close this laboratory down, raise your voice, and I believe that the world today, forget about the world, today the people of Israel, I believe, don't support what is happening, and the consequences of what is being done will be felt by those very people who are doing it. But the voice of humanity must prevail. We must overcome. We must overcome as soon as we can. And it's a very small thing to ask for ceasefire to be brought about immediately. There may be intricate problems that will take time to resolve, to solve, to find solutions of, but the ceasefire is something that could happen now and this moment. Let us demand for a ceasefire now and here. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.